Breaking news coming. This India-China media exchange program has been cancelled. The visit of a Chinese media group to India has now been cancelled. That's what sources are telling headlines today. This is an annual event. The Chinese journalists, including editors, had their visas in place. No official reason has been given by organizers as far as cancelling the interaction between Indian and Chinese journalists is concerned. The interaction was cancelled at a time when India has been building pressure on China to remove the tents that PLA soldiers have installed inside Indian territory. Let's get in a word from our Strategic Affairs Editor Gaurav Sawant, who's with us on the phone line. Gaurav, now interactions between Chinese and Indian journalists cancel. Of course, this because of pressure that India has been mounting on China.
From what sources are telling headlines today, India is repeatedly telling China that incursions are a strict no-no in the new dispensation, especially given the fact that the two countries have decided to engage very deeply economically, and that this boundary dispute is to be addressed separately. From what sources are again telling us that this is now a game of brinkmanship. China wants India to withdraw first, and India says China should withdraw first. So now it remains to be seen who blinks first. As far as India is concerned, India is saying this is our territory, where Chinese have come in far beyond what is perceived as their line of actual control, and they are just testing India's resolve, whether India actually intends to see this through. And once again, sources say that while the two armies are facing off, Chinese have pitched tents in what is clearly Indian territory. There is no flare-up. This is now just a game of brinkmanship, Simi, where India has as many troops opposite the Chinese troops, and they are just going to sit there as long as the Chinese sit there. It's a 15,000 feet plus altitude. One of the two has to withdraw first. It remains to be seen whether it happens at the level of the commanders on ground, or the Chinese troops decide to withdraw. India says they're going to sit there as long as it takes for the Chinese to go back.
Right, and Gaurav, this India-China media exchange program that's been cancelled, it's been cancelled by the Indian side or the Chinese?
The organizers are just saying that they got a terse one-liner saying from the government saying that the visas stand, the program stands cancelled and a new date will be announced subsequently. So this is very sketchy just as yet. Media interaction technically is always a very good idea to know what's happening on the other side of the hill, for journalists on both sides to keep interacting. However, given the tense situation that's prevalent as of now, both sides appear to have dug in their heels, and this media interaction has been shelved, was what a source of mine told me.
All right, Gaurav, stay on with us. We're also being joined by Mr. Praful Bakshi, a strategy expert on the phone line. Thanks so much for speaking to Headlines today, Mr. Bakshi. How do you react to these developments? China, it seems, has now, Chinese army troopers have put up 7 more tents inside Ladakh in spite of warnings by the Indian army. And now this media exchange program between the two countries has also been shelved.
You're very right, but this is a little serious matter. But the question arises, we have been caught on a slight wrong foot, because we were the hosting the visit of the Chinese premier, and we had opened doors, are extending all the hospitality, and obviously we were a little quiet on the border violations which were taking place at that time. Of course, Mr. Modi brought it out. He brought it out very clearly. But I think it was rather slightly late in the day. If we had reacted straight away at that time, this thing wouldn't have happened. Now, another thing which is very, very of concern to us is our political leadership. In fact, the bureaucratic body in the government has still not found out a right procedure as to how to go about the whole thing. Should they tell the army now, or should they tell the army later on? They should have given the clear instructions to army, rules of engagement, that nobody should allow to come. They should not have interfered. Now, you see, we have delayed the whole thing, and now we'll have to push them back further when it will be an uphill task for us. Of course, we'll do it. There's no doubt about it. Boys will do it again, as they say. But this question arises that our leadership has shown a slight weakness out here. We expected Mr. Modi to act a little different. Little bit of disappointment is there, but I know very well, and we all know very well, Mr. Modi is going to take a firm action on it. So we have to watch. But we are on back foot, and our communications are lax out there. I mean, they are not there as compared to Chinese. the roads, the transportation, the railway lines, in the logistics, airfield, and the helipads, all these things, we are way behind in that. So it is going to be an uphill task for us, there's no doubt about it, but we have to make it a firm stand now.
All right, Mr. Praful Bakshi, thanks so much for speaking to Headlines today. Mr. Bakshi is saying that India needed to have taken a tougher stand from the word go before hosting the Chinese president. Thanks so much for speaking to Headlines today, and Gaurav Sawant for bringing us the latest on the media exchange program.